Today I'd like to share what I believe are the 5 key elements to solving the puzzle of life. If we take the time to study and understand each of these pieces, then fit them together, life tends to flow much more smoothly. When I first met Mr. Showoff, he gave me a simple yet powerful concept. He said, in most areas of life, only a handful of things make the biggest difference. For instance, a small set of principles governs 80% of your year results, whether it's in health, wealth, or relationships. His advice was to become a student of those core principles. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things, it's about doing ordinary things exceptionally well. Whether it's maintaining habits, speaking effectively, or managing your time, mastery of the basics can transform your results. Speaking well, for example, is a skill tied directly to success. Everyone speaks, but those who communicate effectively tend to achieve more. So let's start with what I believe is the first essential element of life philosophy. Philosophy in simple terms, philosophy is what you know and how that knowledge shapes your life. What you understand or don't understand has a profound impact on your journey. Missing a crucial idea can often feel like leaving out the one number needed to unlock a combination lock. There's an old saying, ignorance is bliss, but let me tell you, ignorance is not bliss. Knowing matters, learning matters. Learning matters. Ignorance, in fact, can hold you back more than you realize. That's why acquiring the right knowledge is the first step to building a better life. Analyze before you act. Before you make a decision, take the time to evaluate and weigh it carefully. Think about what you're committing your time, money, and energy to. Avoid spending major resources on minor things. Instead, learn to prioritize. Remember this way before you pay for it. Sophisticated thinkers have a habit of analyzing everything, identifying what's important and dismissing what isn't. Without this skill, you risk treating trivial things as significant and overlooking what truly matters. The power of making smart decisions once you've gathered knowledge. It's time to weigh your options and come to conclusions about what holds real value. That's where reflection, discussion, and learning from others come into play. We learn through lectures, conversations, books, and debates. These tools help us understand life's values and priorities. Spending your time on insignificant things can lead to a life filled with regrets. Instead, focus on the things that deserve your attention, energy, and resources. The role of thought, Mr. Showoff used to say that it's not poor work habits that keep people poor, it's poor thinking habits. Most people are willing to work hard, but they don't dedicate the same effort to thinking critically about their lives. If you want to help someone change their life, start by helping them change the way they think. Their mindset and philosophy are the foundations of their actions. Motivation alone isn't enough. In fact, if someone is misguided, motivation will only make them act more quickly in the wrong direction. True transformation begins with thoughtful, intentional changes in how we approach life. Mistakes in judgment. And the process of learning, it's incredibly easy to make mistakes in judgment. And even small errors can lead to significant problems in the future. Many people believe that learning ends after formal education, but in reality, learning is a lifelong process. When you stop learning, many aspects of life become unclear and confusing. This is why I strongly encourage everyone to cultivate the habit of learning something new every day. After finishing college or university, people often get caught up in their professional lives and abandon their learning habits. This is a critical mistake. If you stop the process of learning, you lose the ability to discern what is truly important in life. As a result, you may end up spending significant time and energy on things that have little value. Imagine someone spends their money on donuts instead of books. Over 10 years, they may end up buying 2 tons of donuts, but only 2 books, and those books might even just have pictures in them. They may wonder why their life isn't working out well, but the answer is simple. They didn't continue the flow of new ideas and knowledge that could have refined their thinking, decisions, and overall approach to life. When you stop learning, you begin to lose clarity about values and priorities. Maintaining a habit of learning helps in several ways. It improves your ability to manage your career or business. It sharpens your decision-making skills, gives you a clearer perspective on life. The goal should be to learn continuously and embrace new ideas. This ensures that your mindset remains progressive and adaptable. The importance of planning and financial decisions, having a solid plan and making wise financial decisions are crucial for success. Most people find themselves in an average position by the age of 40. Rather than being wealthy. The primary reason for this is that they fail to learn how to manage their finances from an early age. Let's say you start learning how to manage money at 15. If you stay disciplined with this habit, by the time you turn 40, you could be wealthy. However, without proper planning, you are likely to remain average. Many people think it's only $10, so it doesn't matter how I spend it, but the truth is, What you do with small amounts of money is what really matters. If you're careless with small amounts, that habit can grow into a pattern of poor financial management, leading to bigger issues in the future. Life is an accumulation. Here's a powerful principle: life is an accumulation. Our wise decisions accumulate into success, while our mistakes accumulate into limitations. The sooner we identify and correct our mistakes, the better. My mentor, Mr. Shaw, once asked me, "How long have you been working?" I replied, 6 years. He then asked, "How much money have you saved and invested during those 6 years?" Embarrassed, I said, "None." He asked me, "Who sold you on that plan?" This question struck me deeply. It made me realize that life's results are directly tied to early planning. The earlier you start correcting your mistakes, the better your future will be. So when should you start making better financial plans? The answer is simple: as soon as you learn better. The role of perspective and attitude, the foundation of life, is your perspective philosophy. It is your way of thinking and your guiding principle for actions. From perspective comes attitude, which determines the direction and speed of your journey through life. Why is perspective important? It sets your life's purpose and goals. It helps you distinguish between right and wrong. It provides clarity and guidance for your decisions. How does attitude play a role? Let's take an example. One person says, "If this is all they pay, I won't come early or stay late." Another person says, "No matter what they pay, I will always come early and stay late because I'm investing in my future." These two attitudes create completely different outcomes. The first mindset limits growth, while the second one builds a foundation for success. Attitude is a choice. It's up to you whether you choose to put in extra effort or settle for mediocrity. The relationship between emotions and education: our emotions also need to be educated. Often emotional reactions lead to poor decisions. For example, a 3-year-old might throw a tantrum, scream and cry. This is acceptable for a child. But if a 30-year-old does the same, it's inappropriate. This is why we say that emotions must go to school. Proper emotional education teaches us when and how to express our feelings. It helps us understand where to direct our energy and focus. When emotions are disciplined, people can make better decisions, and life becomes more harmonious. For instance, it's okay to feel anger, but you must learn to control it and use it constructively. It's natural to feel joy, but you must ensure it doesn't lead to complacency. When emotions are well managed, they support growth and success. Life is fundamentally the result of accumulated decisions, both good and bad. The sooner we recognize our mistakes and take corrective action, the better position we are to create a successful and fulfilling life. By cultivating the right perspective, creating a solid plan, and maintaining a commitment to learning, we can continually improve ourselves. Financial discipline, a love for learning, and a positive attitude are the key elements that shape a brighter future. How our life works now is largely determined by how we feel about various things and the decisions we make based on those feelings. Our attitude towards these feelings plays a major role in shaping our life. Let me give you a list that will help you understand how life works and how our attitudes towards the past, the future, and ourselves shape the course of our lives. First, how do you feel about the past? When you're young, you don't have much of a past to reflect on, as you haven't lived long enough for many significant events to occur. But I'm sure you've experienced some ups and downs, some victories and some losses. So part of our attitude is shaped by how we feel about the past. Past experiences, whether good or bad, affect our current mindset and views of the world. Some people still carry the burdens of their past, whether it's difficult times, losses, or missed opportunities. They carry these burdens with them as if these past events are a threat to their present and future. Instead, if they view their past as a learning experience at school, they can move forward with wisdom and strength. But instead, they see it as a weight, preventing them from moving forward. Therefore, resolving your attitude towards the past is crucial. How you feel about your past will shape how you perceive and approach the present and future. Secondly, how do you feel about the future? How we feel about the future plays a critical role in how our lives unfold. There are two main ways to approach the future. One is anticipation, where we face the future with hope and optimism. The other is apprehension, where we face the future with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Most people approach the future with apprehension because they haven't clearly defined their own vision for the future. When you don't have a well-designed future in mind, it's easy to be swayed by other people's perspectives. You start thinking, this is what's going to happen. This is what life will bring when you do this. Clouds your present life and makes it hard to stay focused. And at some point, you have to stop letting other people's views dictate your life. You need to define your own future And it's essential to approach the future with confidence. Having clear goals for the future is one of the best ways to build confidence in your life. Without specific goals, it's hard to feel secure or motivated. It's important to take time to reflect on what you truly want to achieve. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What experiences do you want to have? What people do you want to meet? Even if all of these plans change in a year, the key is to start now. Write down your goals, your dreams, your plans for the future. They could be the cities you want to visit, the people you want to meet, your health goals, your career goals, your investment goals, all of them. Start putting them down in a journal, and as time unfolds, allow those goals to evolve. Something that seems important today might seem insignificant a couple of years from now. That's okay, but it's important to start with as clear a vision as possible. Having goals gives you confidence and direction. Whatever you do, it must be done with full attention and effort in every moment. An important philosophy of life is do as much as you can, meaning whatever needs to be done to the best of your ability and with complete focus. The main purpose of life is not to rest, but to achieve success through hard work, to maximize our potential, and to test our limits. In every moment of life, we must ask ourselves, what can I do? And it is crucial to explore what we are capable of. We all are born with unique gifts and talents, and we must discover these talents and strive to reach our highest potential. We need to see what our brain skills and abilities are capable of. Understanding the answer to the question, what can I do, is very important for knowing how we can achieve great things in life. Rest is an important part of life, but it should not be the main goal. While rest is necessary, the main focus in life should be achieving success, not simply taking a break. If we make rest the purpose of life, then our lives will be mediocre. Most people live in pursuit of rest, but successful individuals are focused on their work and are eager to start it. They rest to recharge their bodies and then begin their work again with renewed energy. Another important principle of life is whatever you put your hands to, do it in the best possible way, meaning that whatever work you do, it should be of the highest quality. Each task should be performed with dedication and to the best of your ability, no matter how much time you have. When working, you must give your full attention, and when engaging in recreation or entertainment, you must enjoy it thoroughly. However, these two activities should not interfere with one another. Additionally, it is important to know your own limits when it comes to work. You need to understand how much physical effort you can give and what your capacity is. Some people can work 14 hours a day, while others may not have the physical stamina for that. Therefore, it is important to work within your capacity. For example, when you're studying at university, you need to know how much you can study and when you're likely to get tired. At that point, taking a break is essential. There is also a philosophy that goes, do as much as you possibly can. Once a businessman came to me and asked, I earn $50,000 a year, isn't that enough? I replied, if you earn $50,000 and that's your best effort, then yes, it's enough. But if you're capable of earning more and you're only earning $50,000, that's insufficient enough, means ensuring that you're putting forth your best effort. Another key part of life is evaluating the results of your actions. If the outcome of your work isn't good, you need to identify where there is a flaw and correct it. If the results of your efforts are unsatisfactory, you should try harder to improve them. Lastly, the most important aspect of life is choosing the way you want to live. The path you choose for your life depends entirely on your preferences. If you live with the right mindset and plan, you will find a happy and meaningful life. Life is an art, and you must learn to live it artfully and happily. Many people know how to make money, but they don't know how to live a happy life. To live a successful and happy life, you must have the right attitude towards happiness. The greatest effort you can make in life is striving for happiness. Thus, the greatest philosophy of life is be content with what you have and keep striving to achieve what you want. In this way, by evaluating the key aspects of life such as philosophy, attitude, work pace, results, and assessment, we can guide our lives in the right direction.